Premier League and finished as a runner-up after being nominated as the home-based footballer of the year in 2021. So there's a more that is going about in the world of sports currently, but because of time, I'd like us to go for a quick break. When we come back, I have the president of the should I say the world-based football and softball in the studio, Mr. Albert Frimpong, for us to talk about all the issues and all the challenges, how his journey has been so far. So stay tuned. We will be right back.
Awusia bedawase se okasa mfonyine egusua eda Hstv ebia na wadamfo bi onua bi ananse busuani bi abo amane se na nsen enya de onya Hstv o ne kasa mfonyine eso obu ono mu a onya mfonyine eba nanso kasa bi a emba obu won so ono ma ne de na tekokra anyi mu aye kusukusu bese otin kai boy na ebo na mane emaye se we Hstv no atekwa yebese se obesa scan u TV no foforo anaso obesa scan u decoder no foforo eni be mu akwanya ama won sasa ka Hstv bio de ndwumadi ahodo na won so wanya akwanya atumi ahwe bi etie bia na onua bi pese o sasa scan TV no foforo a yebese se obeya aso na watie kwan a obefa so obesa scan TV no anaso decoder no efoforo yedi nkan so pese o scan TV no foforo a obefa remote na what remote no so wamia menu e remote no so e di amaye atwode bebre e na be ba okasa mfonyi no eso hwehwe bia ya tro set channels e maye ne mia okay e remote no eso e di atwre foforo e be sa ba o kasa mfonyi no eso ahwehwe bia ya tro set auto scan ne mia okay wo remote no so e maye we be scan ni stations ahodo e wo kasa mfonyi no so e di amount ejina wo TV no so ebitimi di sima be aduonu eko aduasa eso stations ahodo e ba kasa mfonyi no eso bomodi a na hwe Hstv onsa be kan na hwe ahwe edwumadi ahodo a akanina ebia na wo de no enye TV na emom odi coder e na apese osaskan no fofo ntitio eni omom use go TV obobomodi afa remote no na wamia menu e remote no so e di amame atwode bebre ebe ba okasa mfoni no anim wadaroma hwehwe bia atwo se advanced option nini a okay e remote ne so emame e di atwode foforo ebe ba okasa mfoni no anim hwehwe bia ya atwo se installation nini a okay e remote ne so emame e di atwode foforo ebe san aba hwehwe bia ya atwo se auto scan nini a okay e remote ne so emame we be ma wonsa kan eye kasa mfoni na se stations ahodo a ewo oman mu enina bomodi na hwe Hstv ne nya okay ewo so we be mu akonya asamo abeka Hstv ebusu akese eho ne dwumadi ye nina onso wanya bi ahwe bonua bi ani Hstv article amane won fasa akwan so na ne sabesan akan yede wasese waje bre e wetie yen ne wahwe yen so.
Welcome back, and this is still Sports Drive live on Hstv. My name is Precious Azumo, of course, here to serve you the very best when it comes to sports. Not to waste much time, like I told you before we went for that quick break, I have in the studio former president of Ghana's baseball and softball. So we are going to actually talk about a lot of things. I'm sure that you are wondering what exactly baseball is or what exactly softball is. A lot of people, because of not knowing about these sports, they find it hard to, get that sort of energy or interest in it. So today he's going to talk us more about it, and let's see if after today's show we get to learn more about it and find that sort of energy that needs to be impacted in that particular area. As time goes on, you can send me your message. If you want to ask him anything, you can send it via the number on your screen at the right hand, so that he will be glad to answer all of them. Welcome, Mr. Albert.
Thank you very much.
How has your week been?
It's been very hectic.
We're heading to the weekend.
No time to rest.
No time.
Phone calls, WhatsApp, emails.
Email.
But I'm managing.
You're managing.
Yeah.
So How has life been? You've stepped down as the president of the baseball and softball.
Yeah.
How has life been after stepping down?
Well, I had a lot of rest. I had a lot of peace.
Really?
Yeah. I've been carrying a lot of weight for so many years, and to leave it after 35 years of service to Ghana.
Wow.
Yeah, I felt a lot of relief.
35 years.
I introduced baseball here in Ghana at the age of 17.
I see.
Yeah.
So you started with baseball.
Yeah.
Baseball and softball, are they the same?
The same dimension, the same field. Baseball has a 90 by 4 radius. Softball has a 60 by 4, 60 feet by 4.
Okay, so why baseball? Why? Somebody will ask. I mean, now people are putting that sort of energy and attention to football. Obia, sorry, I want to football. But looking at how, I mean, Ghana. Let me put Ghana for example. We don't really find that sort of interest at that particular sport. But why did you choose? There are lots of sports actually. Why did you choose baseball? Why did you decide to go on that sort of journey? Tell us about it.
Well, first of all, Ghana is a soccer-loving nation. No, all of us cannot do the same sport. Now, I grew up in Congo, where my father was Ghana's ambassador, and I was introduced to baseball there. But I didn't like it. They kept forcing it. It's only God who knows what we will end up doing. Because I left Congo, came to Ghana, and unfortunately, fortunately, we came to live in cantonments where the American embassy is now.
Yes.
So baseball was also played near our house.
Sure.
And all the friends I made in the area played little league baseball for kids. So Saturday mornings we go sit down, I watch them play. Then in the afternoon we go and play soccer.
I see.
So we kept doing this. They didn't know I knew how to play, but I just kept watching, and anytime they forced me to play, I said no. But then when I got to just about before my O-level exams, I said I want to start. I started playing with them. I said, let's play, but let's not keep it within the American embassy compound. I want this to go out as
outside.
A Ghanaian sport.
Yes.
That's where I took it out to the sports council, then sports council.
So how was the embrace? How did people embrace you taking it outside? How did people accept it?
Well, my friends within the complex did not want it to go out.
Okay.
But I said we can't keep it to ourselves. Let the whole Ghana play. We took it out. It took 4 years for the sports council to finally put our association together.
Wow.
In 1992. But then we were part of Africa. I can tell you Ghana is a founding member of Africa Baseball. And the founding member is me. But then I was 17. So the late Joe Kwartin would listen to me, go for the ANOCA meetings to discuss how to form an association. So in 1990, Africa formed Africa Baseball and Softball Association with Ghana as a founding member. And the Ghana is here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very interesting. But let's now look at skateball. Skate soccer. I keep on getting this. Skate soccer with disability, those who are not able to function really properly. Why did you choose that in the first place, and why skate soccer?
Well, in the same way I saw baseball in Congo, I saw how disabled people were treated in Congo. You cross the Kinshasa River, Congo to Brazzaville. Those in the 70s, they used to smuggle things across the river, and they would be searched and maltreated just to search them for things they were smuggling across. Yes. Then you see them in traffic, people just maltreating them, and I felt some compassion for them. So it's been there since infancy. Then in Ghana, 2005, that we're going up, I kept seeing them in traffic. You see them on the skates, weaving through cars, and every time you see a car will hit one or what. So I said, no, let me see these guys. Let me create something around their means of transportation. So I tried finding them, and it took a long time. But every time I go there, they all run away. So one day I got down and chased one of them till I caught him up. And I said, I'm not here to worry you guys. This is my plan, to convert your dangerous activity to something very interesting. Then he took me behind the wall where I saw like 20 of them hiding.
Wow.
So we spoke, and then it was a Thursday. So the Sunday I went to Accra where they slept in front of stores. And it was like 50 people there.
Wow. So
I told them, these are my plans. I want to do a race for you, or race and soccer. But I'm going to call it skate soccer because you sit on the skateboard.
I see. So yes, I'm not getting it. So you took that name from there. But look, you said you were the founder of baseball and softball. So how were you combining both of them? Or you weren't doing...
I'm a sports administrator. At the moment, I'm a board member of the Ghana Olympic Committee. At the GOC level, we handle all sports in Ghana.
I see.
If you're an administrator, you should be able to, it comes with experience.
Sure.
If you are not that experienced and you don't have the passion, you can't combine. Baseball is Saturdays, skate soccer is Sundays, Monday to Friday.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
So looking at skate soccer, when you started talking with them and everything, how did you experience any challenge? How was it like?
Well, I've had lots of financial challenges. I've been to court. Somebody puts money in the project. He goes around to say he loaned you money.
Wow.
Somebody who said he was supporting you, and the court will not be in Accra, Amasamang, or that's somewhere in Seoul, just to frustrate you. You know, I've been through a lot since 2010 till I think 2013, 2016. That's when I had some peace of mind.
Okay.
As soon as I cleared all those people off my back, I had a sponsor come on board.
I see.
Before then, CNN had featured us extensively. 2014, FIFA TV has come to film us.
Wow.
German TV, China TV. This year we are still showing on CNN, the third appearance.
I see.
And you know CNN has 2 billion viewers. And for skate soccer, that project has gone global. At the moment, I've opened a branch in Canada.
I see.
And we're going to launch it next month in Canada.
Indeed.
And we're carrying the players from Ghana to Canada.
Looking at how you're talking about all these, it looks like you have that sort of passion, you know, in all this. But how is it now? How is this skate soccer? How is it now?
As I just said, a branch has been opened in Canada, National Skate Soccer Association.
I'm talking about Ghana.
Yeah, I'm saying Ghana's growth is what has gone out there.
Oh, okay.
We've spread it around 8 countries in West Africa playing skate soccer. I go on a West African tour every quarter. Right now we have almost 10-15 countries ready.
Wow.
Sri Lanka is ready, Japan is ready, USA will be going. It's just eventually from grass to grace.
Yes.
Because Canada would, at a point, I haven't told them, but they will be picking some players from Ghana to go stay and join their teams. You know, it's a sport born in Ghana. This is something we should all be proud of. I brought by this for all of us. And the ultimate goal is to eventually get them off the streets, get them decent jobs to do, and then they also live like all of us. But
do you get people calling for, let's say, let's say a tournament or come and compete here? Do you get that sort of calls or any people trying to engage in that particular sport?
Okay, what I left out was I set up the world governing body here in Ghana. Wow. The International Federation of Skate Soccer is like FIFA for skate soccer.
Okay.
And it's here in Ghana. So the letters to appoint to open a branch anywhere in the world comes from Ghana. Ghana control. This is this is for us. This is for Ghana.
So this is for Ghana, but there we go again with a lot of people they are not even seeing what is being done. Whenever, let's say, there's a game that is going on, either the skate soccer or the baseball or softball, do people come?
Yes, people do come. You know, it depends on when we have for instance, at the Independence Square, we had Ghana's anniversary. We played Ghana, Nigeria. That was when CNN came for the second time. Wow. And they put it World Cup on wheels. That was the caption for CNN. Ghana, we've put Ghana on the map. I'm saying that, you know, look, normally in Ghana, when you're doing something and you think about the local people supporting you, you will never do anything.
Yes.
The love for our projects, what we do, comes from outside.
Wow.
Ghana we are respected so much internationally. So if a few people are not, and we're not doing it for praise, we're doing it for our brothers and sisters who are physically challenged and deprived.
So we are not pushing ourselves.
Well, you know, that's what I'm saying. All my life, I've not waited for recognition or anything locally. Otherwise, we won't do anything.
Yes.
I took over baseball as president. For 10 years, we never had $1 support from anyone.
Wow.
Baseball, with all our support, I went to Japan to seek help to bring to Ghana. This time, now that they've put Africa on my head, I have to go around the whole world.
Yeah,
for the whole
so
Africa.
Easy.
But we are used to it.
Wow. So you are used to it. And like you said earlier, you're not the former president.
Yeah.
So what are you doing being out of the position? What are you doing now that you're out of the position to support this sports field? How are you doing with it?
Okay, the one who took over from me, when I was 5 years before I left, I put him in charge of Ghana baseball for him to get ready for the job. So he was running baseball, and this elections and everything that we do, he's promoted himself very well outside Africa. And what he's doing in Ghana is marvelous. Our plan was to go back to the basics to grow baseball to the top. So that's what we've been doing, and he's doing a wonderful job. Enes Danso, he's taken over from me, and he's filled my shoes very, very well.
But do you have any plans ahead?
Yeah. Right now, we need to see the world calendar. we're going to have more competitions here in Ghana and West Africa.
Okay.
And then we're making Africa go into regionals. East Africa have their own games, West Africa, Central, North, so that at the end of the day, we have more competitions. Competitions is what we lack in Africa. And then, like Burkina Faso, for instance, they have a lot of young players playing in Japan now. I am very famous in Japan because of baseball.
Wow.
Yes, I've trained in Japan 3 times.
I see.
You know, it is there. Baseball's exposure is, it's just that in Ghana, it takes extra effort and money before you can't catch up with football. There's no two ways. But we believe that the little push for these finance sports should also be there.
Sure.
Yeah.
So how are you financing all this, sports and everything?
Baseball, if I calculate, I would faint. Because let's say I spent 10 Ghana cedis a day for 35 years.
Wow.
How much would that be? It affected my business, my mother's business. I was handling her finances and it was going to baseball. And luckily, my mother was supportive because she was in charge of her monies. And every time she comes, you can't render proper account because I say, "What do I baseball?" I say yes. Then she won't get angry. But it's been, as a president of a least finance sport, if you are not careful, you can't run your own home because every time you are spending, you go to NSA, there's no money. You go to ministry, no money. They ask every year you are made to draw a budget for your sport. You draw big budget, nice. You won't get even a coin out of it. But then you need to be proactive as a leader, and it's crazy. Most leaders are owing. Sometimes you read in the papers a federation head is in trouble. It's not because they want to be in trouble. Sometimes you need to borrow money to run your sport, borrow tickets to carry your team to represent Ghana, the same country we are all paying taxes for, and they go and come and they're in trouble.
So is it like a team doing this, or you are the only person? Trying to...
For baseball.
You being the founder, you are still helping out.
Yes, I am.
So is it like you have a team?
Now there is a proper team. When I was
like
president, we had an executive, but I ended up doing the work alone. That's one thing about Ghana.
Wow.
Nobody wants to sacrifice. Nobody wants to put their hands into their pocket. Yet when the president is failing, they are the first to go to the press to go and bash him.
Is it because they thought it wasn't getting enough attention? So why should we even bother? Then also try to invest our time or anything that.
Most of the people I was working with played baseball.
Wow.
Before. You played, you know the sacrifices we all made. It got to our turn to help the other people to come. As at the moment, the current vice president is a boy I trained. He was my student.
Wow.
And he's the vice president. He's running the office of vice president very well. I'm telling you that in the next 2 years, you will see Ghana back. Ghana is one of the 4 strongest teams in Africa.
I see.
Yeah.
But has the National Sports Authority ever come to your aid?
Financially?
Yeah.
How?
Have they ever come to try to support you in any way?
In the early days when we started, there was always a yearly budget.
Okay.
Maybe those 92, 93, there's a yearly budget, 300 Ghana. That's 3 million back, 92, 93. At the point it stopped. And I'm saying, because I was a kid, I couldn't be president, so I was just a member of the association.
Okay.
Yes, but because you have soldiers, army commanders and things, who are you to go? But then, since I took over, I'm saying nothing has come in. Everything we do is from our own coffers.
So why do you think that is happening? What exactly is happening that is causing the National Sports Authority to neglect such aids when it's needed? I mean, they're all part of sports.
Well, I won't blame the National Sport. Because how much do they get? NSA has a lot of bills. I mean, you're a media person, you know how many bills are choking them. If they had the money, they would give. That's one thing I know, because their job is to develop sports. I don't think they are happy seeing everybody complaining. If they had the money and they were not giving, I will tell you here without mincing words, but they don't have it. What comes in is even not enough for them to run the various, but then the director and his people are always, cracking their brains. The money is supposed to come from the finance ministry. Every sports person in Ghana pays taxes as well. But everybody involved in sports, why is it that sports is not taking? Sports development is a government policy. Any government that takes sports serious, they should have a proper budget. If you're giving football 50%, at least share the other 50 for the other sports. Nobody can compete with football, but make sure there is something. Burkina Faso, as long as you are a registered sports federation under the ministry, there is a budget for you every year. Countries around us, why can't we do it with all what we have in Ghana?
But how many sponsors do you have for your organization? Right?
Baseball.
Yes, please. Baseball.
As of now, unless I ask the current, because you see the current president is a marketer by profession.
Okay.
And he has very good contacts. So whatever they do, he's able to rally. In my time, I didn't have. You are president, you double as secretary, double as vice.
It's not easy.
Everybody is around the table. We discuss.
Yes.
The moment you get out to go and work, nobody's there. But then it's your name.
That is assigned.
Yeah. Every equipment we have for baseball right now. Before I left, I bought them a lot of gloves. And these gloves, one is not less than $50. The cheapest is $50, 50 up. And we have all these things here now. But it's like you dip your hand into an old lady's food. You need to eat it all.
You need to eat.
There was no way I could pull out. You've given hope to so many young boys and girls. How do you back out?
You can't.
Yeah.
So what about skate soccer?
Yeah.
Were you also getting sponsors, or you have sponsors?
Skate soccer, that's what I did earlier. Earlier on, when my money ran out, I borrowed to keep the fire going. That's when I ended up in court and other places.
Wow.
But then I had sponsors come along the line. And now that we have Canada and all coming in, there's going to be funding coming down. Ghana will benefit, Togo, Burkina, Niger, Mali, all, and Sri Lanka will also raise their fund. Japan will do their own. It's going to be a global project.
A global
project.
So at first, you used to go worldwide with the baseball and the softball.
No, baseball we did
only Africa.
Africa, and those who went to USA, some players were selected to go try out in America. And I took 2 groups to Japan to try, and the 3rd group went. I wasn't part. We've had opportunities for our talents.
But how was the journey like?
Sponsored by Japan. Yeah.
Then how was it? Was it the stress and everything? How were you able to, put everything together? How was it like?
Well, it's as I said, I am very famous in Japan, so the exposure is there.
Okay.
So when you talk baseball, everybody listens, and it's an honor for them to see players come from Ghana. They will sponsor a team from, not a whole team, 4 or 5 people. There was a documentary done about Ghana baseball in Japan. They called it the Unbelievable. Unbelievable because this is an black African country who have stars in baseball coming to showcase in Japan. So they made us train with the top, like in Ghana you play with Kotoko.
Yes.
Who are we to train with the big giants? I mean, some of us tried to fake injury a couple of times so we can go and sit down, but they said no way, because they realized there's some potential in you. We are very good. We have wonderful athletes in all sports in Ghana.
I see. So is there any sort of like training for coaches to partake, in this skate soccer, then baseball and softball? Have you trained any coach, or how is it? Yeah,
for baseball, I said I'm a qualified coach. Everybody around, we have technical team, we have a technical director.
Okay.
We have a lot of coaches for baseball.
Okay.
And we trained school teachers, PE masters in '92. We couldn't use because the equipment did not come in. But now we are going back to the schools because then it saves the federation money. If the PE master is taught how to train baseball, he will spread it. So we're looking at, there's a new baseball project called Baseball 5.
Okay.
Yeah, that one you bounce the ball and you hit with your palm.
I see.
Yeah, and that is easy to spread all over Ghana. Okay. And that one you need boys and girls mixed as a team. Then my successor recently got government ministry under him. They got ministry to give some tickets.
Wow.
They went to Tanzania and they couldn't win because they haven't started it for so long in Ghana. But the next edition, Ghana is going to come back.
That's good. Yeah. So how do people join if they want to partake in this sport?
Well, our secretary is at the National Sports Stadium, Madam Agnes Abefe.
I see.
Yeah, the president is Ernest Dan. So anybody, just go to stadium looking for the baseball office. They're always there to help.
Okay. So any expectations from Ghanaians?
Yeah, Ghanaians should expect baseball to bounce back. Not this year. From next year going, they're going to see many wonders. We want to go back to see the kids play.
Okay. I'm
going to sign an agreement with Japan. God willing, this year I'll go to Japan, and it's called a baseballership program, where education. You go to school, through school, you play baseball. And at the end of the day, if a player has done very well, they can go to Japan you may get scholarship to go to school in Japan or play in Japan. So we're signing that contract for the whole Africa. But Ghana signed it second after Tanzania.
Very interesting. So we have been having discussion with former president of baseball and Ghana baseball and softball. Well, currently he's no longer the president. He just stepped down. And we have been having a discussion. I mean, looking at what he has said so far, it's not easy. I mean, the struggles just keeps on coming, but he's still, making sure that the name of Ghana is always putting on the map. He's doing so fantastically well. But because of time, Mr. Albert, I would like you to give your last words so that we run out of the studios.
Okay. My last words will be thank you very much for your invitation.
Okay.
Thank you for the support. Those who have supported Ghana baseball all these years. we thank them, and we expect them to support us more to grow it bigger. And as I've taken over Africa as Ghanaian, I need everybody's blessings and support, because it's a very huge task, but Ghana is always up to the task. So we thank God for this new opportunity, and may God see us through.
Indeed, may God see us through. Thank you so much for making ways to come into our studios, Mr. Albert. Yes, so you've heard a lot. You've heard a lot. Baseball. Try and give attention to this minor sports, because they all add up to the sports. They all make the sports here. It's not only football, so don't only put that sort of energy or attention on only football. Tennis, boxing, softball, baseball, they all need that sort of energy in order to keep on putting Ghana the map that we all want Ghana to go high. So if we don't support or even motivate our own, how is it possible for us to go always high if you want? So anyways, this is where we end the first discussion with Mr. Albert. We're going for a quick commercial break. When we come back, I have in-house my guest, another guest, Eugene. Of course, you know him already. We are going to discuss more about the issue that is going about in the world of football, like I told you earlier. So stay tuned. We will be right back.
Awusia bedawase se okasa mfonyine egusua eda Hstv ebia na wadamfo bi onua bi ananse busuani bi aboamane se na nsen enya de onya Hstv o ne kasa mfonyine eso obu onu mu a onya mfonyine eba nanso kasa bi a emma obu nso onu ma ne de na tekokra anyimu ayekusukusu bise oti nkaibo ina ebo na mane emaye se we Hstv no atekwa yebese se obesa scanne u TV no foforo anaso obesa scanne u decoder no foforo ene be mu akwanya ama wonsa saka Hstv bio de ndwumadi ahodo na wonso wanya akwanya atumi ahwebi etie bia na onua bi pese o sa scanne TV no foforo a yebese se obeya aso na watie kwan a obefa so obesa scanne TV no anase decoder no efoforo yedi nkan so pese o scanne TV no foforo a obefa remote na wahwe remote ne so wamia menu e remote ne so e di amaye atwode bebre e na beba okasa mfonyi no eso hwehwe bia ya tworo se channels e maye ne mia okay e remote no eso e di atwore foforo e besa ba o kasa mfonyi no eso ahwehwe bia ya tworo se auto scan ne mia okay wo remote ne so e maye we be scan ni stations ahodo e wo kasa mfonyi no so e di amount ejina wo TV no so ebitimi di sima be aduonu eko aduasa eso stations ahodo e ba kasa mfonyi no eso bomodi a na hwe Hstv onsa be kan na hwe ahwe edwumadi ahodo a akanina ebia na wo de no enye TV na emom odi coder e na apese osaska na fofo ntitiw eni omom use Go TV obobomodi afa remote no na wamia menu e remote no so e di amame atwode bebre ebeba okasa mfonyi no anim wadaroma hwehwe bia atworo se advanced option nimia okay e remote ne so emame edi atwode foforo ebeba okasa mfonyi no anim hwehwe bia ya atworo se installation nimia okay e remote ne so emame edi atwode foforo ebesan aba ahwehwe bia ya atworo se auto scan nimia okay e remote ne so emame webema wonsa ka eye kasa mfonyi na se stations ahodo a ewo omayimu enina bomodi na hwe Hstv nemia okay ewo so we be mu akonya asamu abeka Hstv ebushia kese eho ne dwumadi eye nina onso gwanya bi ahwe bomia bi ani Hstv article amane won fasa akwanye so na ne sabesan akan yede wasese waje bre e wati yen ne wahwe yen so.
Welcome back, and this is still Sports Drive live here on your screens. And we discussed earlier, before we went for that quick break, with Mr. Albert Frimpong, former president of Africa Baseball and Softball, and you heard what he said. It's not easy, but he's trying to put Ghana on the map, and he's doing fantastically well. We're hoping to, meet him once again. However, it's time for the discussion that is going about. A lot of things are actually trending. We have new recruitments of the Black Stars in the camp right now as I'm speaking. We have Inaki Williams, we have Tariq Lamptey, many others that the GFA president Simon Kerter-Kriku has brought in the camp. A lot of people are saying, are these people really going to help us get the World Cup? Or, there are a lot of controversies going about. So we are going to make justice to all these, circulations that is going about. I have in-house Eugene Dankwa from GBC. Eugene, you're welcome.
Thank you.
When I saw the kind of frame. Penny. You're always here. So, so looking at the new recruitments of the Black Stars players, what is your take on it?
Well, before I come to that, I just want to touch on some few things on the baseball.
Okay.
I've not really followed baseball.
Why don't you follow baseball? Because I follow baseball.
But in this our country, who talks about baseball? But you see, it's always good to educate people about something if you don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
I know a little bit of baseball because sometimes if you watch outside, you will see the LA Dodgers and other people playing, and it's quite interesting. I took time to watch some of it, and I think it's quite interesting where you have like 9 players each on the pitch, and the size of the pitch is like a cone, something like that, and it's just lovely how people be rolling on some square line, some 4 bases and other stuff. It's interesting, but with what he was saying, you see, this is one man trying to bring something into the system.
Yeah.
In Ghana here, we've been crying. See, sometimes I have problem with the government. The government himself cannot create jobs for people.
Okay.
You get it? What the government seeks to do is to bring in good policies for Ghanaians to come out with innovative ideas which can recruit people to get some jobs in the country.
Yeah.
For example, if you look at foreigners coming to the country, most of them come to invest because of the policies we have in the country. That's the main reason why we call our foreigners to come and invest in Ghana. We are doing year of return, diaspora, and all those kind of things. But this is something I think the government should really look at if they want to create job for the people. This is one man doing skate soccer. He's also doing baseball. And look at the height he's going with this. He's telling us that he has a branch in Canada. He has been to Japan. He has been to Uganda. And he's the African president of.
No, he's no more.
Okay, so but he's the founder. And he's doing a lot for such people. He made a story about how he met this kind of skate people on the street where they were running through the roads. Maybe it's sometimes when I watch them going through those kind of roads, I feel scared for them because Charlie drivers need mad. You get it. So at least mistake you lose your life. But he was able to gather some of them to start this skate soccer with them, and now he has a branch in Canada. What I'm trying to say is we are crying for jobs in the country. See, football or now sports pays a lot. Now, if you invest into sports, it pays. So if the government is smart in a way, he can invest into such places. You get more people because baseball, 9 teams each. 9 players in a team. So if you have 9 people, you've recruited 9 people in a team. What have you done? You've created employment for 9 people. And I'm not sure the 9 people are going to be the only people in the team. By all means, you have to get extra players. So let's say you are having like 15 players. How many people have been recruited? 15 players for employment. The other team will also have, let's say, 15 players. That means you are reducing the unemployment system in the country. He's having skates, and I know a lot of people who have this kind of skates. One time I saw one at Spanner. It was just coming through like that. If you get all this kind of people and then you create something for them which will generate money for them, I think it's a very big deal. So I think if the government really wants to reduce, this kind of unemployment in the country, he should look at certain things. And one thing I want to tell the youth is, see, the white collar jobs is too much. Everybody wants to be at the office. Everybody wants to wear tie. Nobody wants to go to the street, for example, construction so because he has gone to school. Oh no, that's the truth. Now, do you know football? Yes, football for footballers. You know about that? Hey, yes, football for football. First, because You are not, paying attention to this. But now look at the Sergio Manes, look at the African players, look at Asamoah, look at the money he's getting from this kind of sports. Look at, see, a lot of people are making money out of these things. So the earlier we learn from our mistakes, the better. Because still now, when people guys on football, say our parents are trying to say, Kona. But we need to let our youth explore. So white collar jobs, no, yeah, break. Since our offices, no, a bimba. It is a obey, yeah, obey. Start a coffee or you don't know where you get to one day. Now, if you look at footballers' pay, it's easy. Obi was a visa that will passport on fine, but because you are playing skate soccer, Canada branch or no more. It's not. Do you think it's easy to even passport to get a passport in Ghana here? Please, sometimes you have to pay like 2,000 or something before you can get it. Meanwhile, this thing should have been something simple for you. You get it? Obi will need those kind of things, but because you are playing skate soccer, simple. Or Canada, we're not stressful. We get to the things you go to. You travel countries. So the government should look at these things and help them and support those kind of issues. Now coming back to our new recruits,
new players.
You see, there's something we are not really looking at when it comes to our foreign players now. I know people are saying that Ghana is actually buying or recruiting more players more than the clubs itself. Transfer, you don't know. The suburbs are so I say, and it's interesting. Now we have William, we have Tariq Lamptey, we have a lot of foreign players in it. There's something we have to look at very critically. Now, when it comes to football, I always say it's two things when it comes to the coach. It's either the coach has a system he wants to play, or the players available will give an idea to the coach the kind of system he has to play, so that they'll be able to fit into the system. Now, looking at our situation as of now, it's very dicey because it's two ways, and this is what I want to say. Now, if you look at Coach Otuado, he may have a system he wants to play. All right, and now we've brought in new players. The new players are not bad; they are good, and I think they are. The best players we've had in the Black Stars so far. Because looking at our Black Stars that we have, I don't think any player can match up to the level. Some of them we can talk about the Amate, we can talk about those classic players we have, or that kind of high-profile players we have. Amate, we can talk Pate, we can talk about Kudus, Jordan Ayew, and then. But we have other young talents here. We can't actually compare them to the players we have in now. Now back to the system Otuado wants to play. Is he going to play a system he wants to play, or he wants to play a system that will fit the players in the team? How are the old players they're going to accept the new players who have come into the team? How are the new players going to adapt into the system of the coach or adapt into the environment of?
So basically, you are worried about how the preparation is going to come out.
That's basically, we need to worry about it, not me, because I'm not going to play the football. I'm analyzing.
But you are in Ghana.
I'm in Ghana, but I'm not a footballer.
You're calling on the bar. So when you bet,
yes, we all be happy because qualifying for the World Cup, we are all happy that we've qualified. So, in fact, even if you don't like football, the moment you hear that Ghana has qualified for the World Cup, you are happy because, I don't know, it's just an emotional happiness that you get. Although you are not interested in football anyway. But, you call World Cup, okay, it's nice. Meanwhile, I don't know anything about football. You get it. As I heard, the skate soccer, we have a branch in Canada. Charlie, we are in Canada.
Yes,
we understand. So it's actually nice when you see your country up there. You get back. Here's the case. As I'm talking about the system, Ghana, our system, we used to play 4-4-2. We've played it before when we were playing that Asamoah and we are playing Jordan Ayew. We've played a 5-4-1. We've played how do you call it, the 4-2-3-1, and currently the system we play is 4-2-3-1. Where we'll be pairing either Baba Idrisu and then Kudus or Pati, anyone in the midfield. That's the system we play now. I don't know how the coach is going to change the system to suit the players who have come in as of now. But the addition to the national team is positive and is good. I feel sad for the players who sacrifice themselves for us to qualify for the World Cup. But at the end of the day, they will not be called for the World Cup.
That is.
If they are dreaming of being called to the World Cup, someone like Wakasu, he should.
But do you think a free Ebania will still be called up?
A free Ebania will not be called up. Even in Japan, he didn't get time to play. Japan now, could be no. Your man bear 10 minutes spend boy. 2 games, 10 minutes spend boy. So I'm not sure.
So are you saying local players, none of them.
See, the local players, I'm not sure any of them. See, you can make the list to the World Cup.
Is it because the new recruitments have come?
It's not the new. Even the old ones, if you didn't see them play, how many? I record Barney. How many times did you see him play? Dennis Kosa, who was called late into the Black Stars when he went to Japan, he came in like he started some first game, the first half, the second game he didn't play. I mean, the first game was what he didn't play. I think the second game he came to play, but for some few minutes, I think the first half he was off, or just the beginning of the second half he was off. But look at the local players, the ones we've got so far, and it will shock you that it's only a 3-year ban and who again in the Black Stars. I mean, the local Dennis Kosa, Augustine Okra was called. But he never fit in. He never featured in any game. So the local, players, they shouldn't even think of going to the World Cup. But to me, I think a player like Yawano should be fit to go. A player like Efie Bani should be fit to go, even if they are not going to get playing time. The environment itself, see, it's different when you are in your club. Once it's not bad to say Ebia Obekwana Yedwasi Benjo. Sometimes once yes koto fufra how do they say so what I say, like a new crab in the waters. So what I say, there is a tradition of the club, I mean the national team, where they sleep, the food they eat, how they play, how you gel with each other. Once okobe before for now say once they name terina as we are lonely. Typical example, do work school from Ulu Bianca Sao. So what I say? Obey for how many? Sometimes can take you like 2 weeks before you can get a friend to vibe with. Sometimes 3 weeks. You get it. So if you're in a new environment like that, sometimes you don't experience from the players that you've met. And going to a World Cup is not going to be. See, look at our pitches we have here in Ghana. Look at the pitches very well compared to the other countries. The pitches that they have. Accra so folk. Almost of because of our African is because pitches and so can. Because I say, boy, and a bounce, you have to take your time to control the ball. Or call outside a ball or a bar like flow, no, and you're good. In the answer now, you are used to taking your time to get the ball. You will be quickly or call. And secondly, our league is very slow. It's one of the slowest league we have in the country. To be frank, it is very, very slow. So if you take this kind of local players going to a World Cup like that on a high stage, unfit so matches, but just to have a feel of the environment, to understand some of the players. Oh bro, this is the guy you like. After about started connection with the player. Yeah. So what I say, you have to start there, and sometimes to wake up team from grandpa's you must start your grandpa's because you are new. You get it? Those kind of politics are in football. They are there, but we don't see it. They don't tell you about it, but they are there. So it's up to them to adapt quickly because November is just here. It's up to the new players to adapt quickly. It's up to them to, start vibing with other players. I don't know who's going to speak Spanish with Inaki Williams because me.
So I think he can speak small English. It's not English, clear, but
me how he's going to quickly adapt into the team. No enemy worries. Yeah. How quickly. And you say what about the wabao? As soon as wabao, banning the waba akadiaka. See, when we are going, example I want to give is when Egypt went to the World Cup. Mohamed Salah came out and was saying a lot of stuff about how the FA of Egypt treated them, the hotel they went to sleep. You see, sometimes they just give them out to other celebrities to come and take pictures and all those kind of things. When you play an soccer match, you need your peace of mind to think and to have a very good rest. Now so this is a frustrative game now, you don't concentrate on the game. So as I'm saying, look at the system that they have in Europe, their club, the pitches they play on, the hotels they used to go, how they were free going. Oba say na so ubenya sebe. Yeah, doko hotel now and all those kind of things. And it happened when I think the AFCON or so. It happened that Omuko hotel, the hotel was just next to a spot, and we're just making noise in the evening. So you're playing now kwakubo now. To put that when your concentration so the kwakubo. All these things needs to look at. Aside on the pitch, there are a lot of things that our GFA or our technical team have to look at critically when it comes to the new players they've recruited. And as I say, my banu to me kaso kwako benchi Naki Williams. One baso ba benchi, oba benchi no. Oh, that's the truth. He never. That's why I think almost I said that.
But do you think it's fair?
It's fair that
whenever a local player is being called up, you're the next bench. But see, a friend will be all outside the bar. The neighbor seems to see
Aboche will be for Aboche Campo Bagana. The whole Ghana respect. Anything will be all Ghana. It's our thing. It is there. Let someone from outside come right now. Yeah. We see the person and we are hailing the person like more than we. You see, we love people more than ourselves. That's true.
We love outside people more than ourselves. Own,
yeah. You see, and they will give them like more respect. They will give them
attention,
maximum treatment, more than you, the local one. And
which is not supposed to be.
Oh, it's there. It's everywhere. That thing is everywhere. So not that it's not supposed. They have to get the equal how do you call it? Equal treatment at the camp. I remember one time there was this player whom they called. I've forgotten his name, but he was with Majid Waris. And they came to Ghana. They were called up for the Black Stars, and then I was watching an interview and he said, "Oba Black Stars now, for example, Omukoboboa. Once you had the list, these are the squad to play for this particular game." Also on Europe, look at this, the situation in Europe. When he was in Europe, what they do is before the game, no, or the next day to the game, no, they come out with the squad who are going to play. Oh, okay, I'm in the squad, this and that. But with the Black Stars, also about Black Stars, no, the name was out. They didn't inform him. In his mind, he's going to play, but they've taken him off. The list without him even knowing, and they didn't respect him as a player because he was a local player. Yeah. And this was the time of Sika Akuno. This was the time as the era of Sika Akuno. They don't respect the local players as they respect the foreign players. That one is in the camp. It's there, but I think they should give the same maximum of respect to the local players because they are also professional players. They are not just some quantum players.
But the thing is that we keep on saying this. We go on radio stations, we go on TV stations. It's not only this one. It's not only this. This is not the first time we're talking about this equality. But the thing is that I don't know. It keeps on happening. What exactly?
See, there's no way Ciro Ronaldo will come to a team and you come and share the same maximum distance with the other players. Ciro Ronaldo is Ronaldo.
So
the highest.
Is it that we should accept it as it is?
It's not.
We keep on talking about it, and it just keeps on happening.
Oh ma, if I'm with you and let's say you have a higher profile and I'm giving you that kind of treatment, you deserve that treatment. We will give it to you. But when you come to me, don't give me minimal. At least my men feel comfortable. But don't. So if I mean share corner beat as if I'm not part of the team. Do you get it? No matter what, the maximum respect will be given to Naki Williams, it will be given to Tariq Lamptey, because if you even check the players who are playing they're the ones playing the high profile games. They are in Europe. One is playing La Liga, one is playing at Brighton, and Thomas Partey is also. So the level of equality will not be the same, but at least they should respect them in a way that each one of them will feel comfortable in the team. Yes, sir. Yaba camper, there's going to be that kind of that thing, camp politics here and there. Understand it's almost there, the camp of this and the camp of that and all those, but let them feel comfortable, let them feel at home. When say in other clubs we have players who take much salary than others, but there's that kind of this thing.
That unity is there.
You see that thing, because you know the player where they hear them cry is more than me. You can't get the same treatment with me. So I was say the other mom and I was say at least I hear me okay. Now I'm so feel comfortable. So I'm just looking at how the players who have come is going to adapt into the system.
Sure.
That is all I'm looking for Otuado. That is what I'm looking for him. So although it's not easy, it's not going to be easy like that. That's a players in the Wabao. Yinya Naki Williams, Waba, a very good fine striker. Tariq Lamptey, our right back, he's going to be fantastic.
But do you think that we can make it out of the group stages? And I say
with the players that we have, with the players that we have, we can actually move out of the group stage. We can go to quarter-final, maybe round of 16 or something, or we can go ahead, because the players we have right now are not like any players. We are having quality players now. I've always talked about those kind of young guys. They are talented anyway, but the experience wasn't there. I've always talked about that, but now we have quality players. Tariq Lamptey, if you watch him at Brighton, the guy, although he's short, but he's pacey. He has the pace. He can dribble. His crosses are good. And you have a player who can deliver crosses to Naki Williams. What is stopping you to get the balls in? The guy you will be in the box. Because see, the other time I was telling you, Jordan, you will be will get a ball at the flanks, and there will not be any striker in the box to get a header.
Yeah.
If the guy is not in the game, there's nobody who's going to head the ball.
Sure.
The time of Asamoah, we saw like Kingston, everyday crosses. Sule Muntari will release the crosses as how do you call it? Mark Lessing will be releasing some crosses, but now we don't even have a header in the team. And thankfully now we have Inaki Williams. You've gotten Tariq Lamptey. Lamptey is very good with crosses. Inaki is very good in the air. If you check his weight, if you check the strength that he has, he's a complete striker. So crosses may come, he can head in for us, and then other people can also do the job for us. Me, the system, I wish we can play the 4-3-3 system because I'm really looking at how Otuado is going to shape up the players in the team.
Okay, so now let's come to the camp of Kumasi Asante Kotoko, and I'm sure you've come by this story of Fabio Gama leaving the club.
Fabio Gama leaving is not, personally, I don't think there should be an issue with Fabio Gama leaving. His contract has ended. And see, I mean, he's going to, I think, Bahrain or something. The country is going to play his club football at. See, if you check that country, their currency is second in the world, second highest in the world. You get it? It's more than the dollar. And if a player is going to take money like this, I just want you to play Kotoko. Remember who?
Before we move deep into the discussion. I mean, he tweeted on his Facebook handle. He said, first of all, I want to thank Jesus Christ for these 2 years at Kumasi Asante Kotoko. From the first day, we were so welcomed by the people of the club and the wonderful fans of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. It was 2 wonderful seasons of learning, giants and defeats. We made true friends, and we left our best in each training, in every game. He went on to say, Kumasi Asante Kotoko is part of my story. I will keep in my heart everything I experienced in this club. I want to thank Ghanaian people for all the solidarity with me and my family. Here is our eternal thanks to all. I wanted to thank especially Kumasi Asante Kotoko for always trusting and believing in me even when many didn't believe. Thanks so much for everything, Kumasi Asante Kotoko. So he actually tweeted this and he said, thank you, Ghanaians, for...
I like the last part.
Like,
you know, when Fabio Gama was coming to
a lot of people,
Ghana Premier League, there was a lot of questions, doubts, for Nanaya and NYE.
I don't know what.
No, it's not even Aden had a Brazilian about. But the question is, why would a Brazilian footballer leave Brazil in Europe and come down to play Ghana? Ghana League. I name say Ghana League, you know. And said I never pass. You get it? So the question was, or what people were saying was, when you play BR, that's why they were able, because not, see, top quality player in Brazil will never come down to come and play GPL.
So they looked down on him.
So when he was coming, like, the expectations were like, oh, he can't perform. That was what people were thinking about. He can't play then a Brazilian or Ghana, that means Wasa. But when he came, see, one time he made a statement. He said, if you come to the Ghana Premier League, a lot of times we play this kind of buga. Most of the coaches are not tactical. That's what he said. And he was right. He said the physicality in our game is too much. The guy is purely tactical. He doesn't have the strength, but he's very smart, very sharp. His passes are accurate. I watched one game, he gave a certain pass to Kwame Poku 10 times. Kwame Poku now with he's in Egypt or so. He gave a pass to Kwame Poku and that was my first time watching him. I was like, no, this is a promising player. He's not that kind of robust. He doesn't have that kind of physical strength that you see with most of our Ghanaian players, but he's very smart. Look at the penalty he was against Accra Suffolk. He said he intentionally did that, but you know the people were blaming him of Charlie. The guy was wise, so he came in, he performed, and then I think we didn't expect that from Fabio Gama, but with what he has done, he will forever remain a legend in Asante Kotoko. And don't forget, he has won a league with Asante Kotoko. Yeah. So it's a very, I mean, anytime it comes to Kotoko, you know, Oko Kumasi, Kumasi and Holmes is here.
But should Kumasi Asante Kotoko, I mean, do you think they should have at least, you know, considered of at least extending his contract?
I don't think.
I mean, he has done so many things for the club.
See something, if there's a club at this moment, the guy is not. He's not playing to get a fame or name here. It's about the money. Because he knows that there's no way he's going to play for Manchester United. He knows that there's no way he's going to play for, I'm even too far, Ali. He's not going to play in Ali. He's not going to play for Casablanca. He's not going to play for even Brighton or... No, but they're not going to call him. Now he got offer from a country who's going to pay him a huge sum of money. I say I will go. Because how much is Kotoko? Although the salary is okay, but now let's talk about money a little. Look at the rate, the dollar and the Ghana cedis. Even if you are taking like 5,000 or 150,000 Ghana cedis here, he goes outside. He has to change that money into dollars, and the dollar is going to sit on the money. So now he's going to that Bahrain for the club that he has gotten an offer from. It's a big deal for him because he has to make the money. And yes, but I'm sure he went because of the money involved. And the Kotoko also, I mean, the management understood his point. That's why they didn't even make noise about Fabio Gama leaving and this and that and that. They understood where it was coming from. They understood his perspective. Because if you go to Brazil now, Brazil is just like Ghana. Ghana is even better than Brazil. So he has to go for some money and then make sure that the family is sorted out, because our future long-term plan and yeah, short-term.
But Kotoko is preparing for Cup Champions League right now. Do you think it's still right for them to be like allowing players going out like their team now? They've built. Prosper Nate has been able to build this team.
But Asante Kotoko, Fabio Gama leaving will not really affect them, because we know that he's a very good player, but it's not going to affect them. The only mess they will miss Fabio Gama is because he's a Brazilian, a white person playing Asante Kotoko. Why? Because when Fabio Gama got injured, they had a person like Lamptey. Lamptey came in, he just fit into the position, and he could score, he could pass, he could do everything. So he got to a time when Fabio Gama was recovered from his injury and he was wanted to get back into the games, Lamptey was there. It's got to a time where Lamptey also got injured and Fabio Gama has to come in. You get it? So he wouldn't really be missed at Asante Kotoko as compared to how Efutu left Accra Suffolk, and then they suffered because they didn't get a perfect replacement for Efutu at Accra Suffolk. But with Fabio Gama leaving, they have someone like Lamptey. When Fabio Gama was away, Lamptey was there. He fit everything. He fit perfectly and he was scoring. So I'm not really seeing how Asante Kotoko going to suffer from that particular position. Because although he did a lot for the club, he sacrificed a lot for the club, he did his best for the club, but he wouldn't be missed that much as compared to Efutu, who was living Accra Suffolk. But I read some stories about Asante Kotoko where I saw Agadas and Mudasiru and other players in Moldova. I understand they were going for trials, and even I read a story about how they are going to offload 9 players from the team. And I was like, no, 9 players is too much anyway. But even if you are going to sell someone from the team, then you have to make sure that you get a perfect replacement for the person who is leaving, because now you are going to Africa. It's only when in Africa that you go, it's as Steve said, you just want to try your best in Africa. But if you have a vision or you have aim to go to Africa to go and make an impact, you shouldn't be selling your players like that. Or best sell at 1, 2B and get a perfect replacement for them. Because even if you sell one and you don't get a very good replacement for him, so for example, you sell your DM Richard Bodu when he leaves, or Richard, if he leaves now, you don't get a good replacement for him. Even when Richard Bodu leaves, we have Mudasiru. He's versatile. He can play like 3 positions. He's good. But if he leaves and you don't get a very good replacement for him, it will affect the same team. And you are going to Africa. So if they are letting players go, they should make sure that they've made a proper recruitment.
Fabio Gama is not going to affect Kumasi.
Fabio Gama, that's why I said Fabio Gama replacement has been there in the person of Lamptey. When Fabio Gama was away, Lamptey was doing the work. And even he was in Ghana here with Asante Kotoko, but they didn't even mess Fabio Gama when he was here. Because Lamptey was also providing what Gama was providing. If you look at the Asante Kotoko setup, the attack is very good. The only problem I have with Asante Kotoko is the defense, where they need to reinforce the defense. They need to add players to the defense, quality players. I understand they have to look like options like Atinga. Atinga has been good. He has been to Africa before, and even in the local league right now, Atinga is one of the top defenders we have, and he's very good at penalties too. If you look at his stature, he's very tall. He has the strength when it comes to physicalities. one-on-one. He's very good everywhere. So he's an all-round, a very good defender. Which, as Anzokoto, when they get in their squad, it will actually beef up the squad for them to make an impact going into Africa. But with Fabio Gama issue, I don't think they will really miss a lot from there.
You don't think? Okay, so because of time, let's zoom straight into the European side. Looking at the transfer window, still looking at it, we have Raheem Sterling, moving to Chelsea. What is your take on that? Do you think it's the right step that Raheem is thinking of considering a move to Chelsea? I mean, Manchester City, he's doing fantastically well. I don't know why he would want to move to Chelsea, but what do you think about this?
Looking at Raheem Sterling, where this guy started from Liverpool, he went to Manchester City, he's now in Chelsea. As for England, one of Nana or Romisa, and it's not. He's, among the top teams in Europe. Liverpool won leagues. Manchester City has won trophies with Manchester City. He's come to Chelsea. Chelsea is not a small club. They've won the Champions League too. They've won other leagues, so it's not a small club. Raheem Sterling leaving will not affect Manchester City, because even he being at Manchester City was not. It got to a time was not a regular starter. They will start other people and leave Raheem Sterling behind. Sometimes they play him as a first line. Sometimes they have to play him in at the left wing, and sometimes on the right, and sometimes he's on the bench. Pep Guardiola, anytime you see, there's one mistake Pep Guardiola did, and he learned from that mistake, was when he let Vincent Kompany go. When he went, he didn't get a replacement for Vincent Kompany, and then later he realized that there was a loophole in the defense. He started bringing in Laporte, bringing in Luis Diaz to come and fill that kind of space for him. Now he letting Raheem Sterling leave. That means he has a replacement for him. Don't forget, they bought Jack Grealish, £100 million player. They are bringing Alvarez to Manchester City. They brought in Haaland. He's there. They've added new squad to the team.
So are you saying Raheem Sterling leaving the club wouldn't?
It's good for him, because he wouldn't have gotten playing time in the team. And now the team that is lacking players right now, the top teams that, or one of the top teams that is lacking players right now is Chelsea, because he's not having the squad in there. You see, Raheem Sterling is not a number 9. He's not come to play as a number 9. He's coming as a winger. But you can play him as a false 9. And that is false 9. But Raheem Sterling is very good at the wings. And one thing I like about him is he's very direct, and he takes on defenders. And he's a wide player. Sometimes he will just come in close in a little or come narrow, but he's a very wide player too. So he being there with the experience he's gotten from Manchester City and Liverpool, with the experience he has gathered from the Premier League, and he's not going to, let's say, Spanish League or La Liga, but he's still staying in the Premier League. He has all the experience he has. He has to get. He has played the top level. He has played with Real Madrid. He has played with a lot of the teams in the Ghana, the EPL. So I think it's a very good addition to Chelsea themselves than Raheem Sterling himself, because he comes to Chelsea automatically you get a starting place. Although he has not been that perfect player when injury worries here and there, he has not been consistent. Christian Pulisic has not been consistent. Hakim Ziyech, because of injury worries, when he came, he has not really had his day in the game. Sometimes he's coming and show some wonders, but consistency with team Lukaku by the Pupum. And you've had players who have come to play back, like, and share that more consistency in Union. So adding Raheem Sterling to Chelsea, the squad of Chelsea, I think it's a very good deal for Chelsea, and they should be happy about it because of his style of play and everything. So and the experience wise.
So you think he's really going to make a positive impact?
He's going to make a positive.
Chelsea.
And don't forget, it was Tuchel who is recommending for the player. He needs the player. If a coach says he needs this player, they know the reason why he wants to. Conte at Chelsea said he wanted Lukaku. He never got. He went to Inter Milan and said he wanted Lukaku. When he got Lukaku at Inter Milan, look at what he used Lukaku for. Everybody was talking about Lukaku to the extent that we have to pay 90 million for Lukaku, and he went back to Inter Milan wearing another 90 number jersey to shame Chelsea. And secondly, his post on that guy, you shouldn't forget 1 year loan. About Chelsea.
Use your last words.
So my last words, big up to George. Last 2 days. George, I hope I'm right. Last 2 days was his birthday, and yesterday was one of our favorite news broadcaster in the person of Miss Clara. I don't know the other name. All right, so Miss Clara just celebrated her birthday yesterday, so belated birthday to her as well. And my birthday is coming in October. Yes, yeah. If I'm now, so mine is in October, so they should just anticipate. So cut how many arts, you know. Now, yeah, one man, big ups everybody who did the watching, and also to the skate, soccer, and the baseball.
Yeah, former president.
Yes,
Mr. Albert.
It's good. It's good. He came. It's good. He has actually educated us on what is happening in his camp. So if you have, I mean, if you love skates, you can just troop in. Sure. Don't waste your talent. So your talent in his cow. And I like your glasses anyway.
So this is where we draw the curtains on Sports Drive. But before I go, let me read this message, and it came true not long ago. She said, "I'm called Nina from Kaswa. The host looks stunning. Thank you."
You know the host there. See, the host you have taken your eyes on it.
Thank you, Ayoba. She's also saying great show and interview. God bless you, Mr. Albert. Okay, so we will extend your message to him. So like I said earlier, this is where we draw the curtains on Sports Drive on the Friday edition here live on Hstv. My name is Precious Azuma, and it has been wonderful serving you, bringing you all the latest and all the issues that is trending in sports currently. So see you same time. But before I go, a big thank you also to the production crew at the MCR and camera for making this show also possible and everything. So see you same time next week, Wednesdays and Fridays 3 to 4:30. Make sure to stay glued, because we will bring you nothing but the very best when it comes to sports. See you same time. Bye bye.
She told me put my heart in a bag, and nobody gets hurt. Now I'm running from her love.
To jest Modric, świetny zwód, Modric! Jeszcze nie koniec tytlu.
For my past, I'm all different person. It's a gift and a curse, but I can't reverse it. I can't reverse it. It was a gift and a curse, and now I'm drinking too much, so I'ma talk with a slur. Last time I saw you, it ended in a blur. I woke up and I heard you said,